The 2016-2017 Yamaha YZ450F. When Yamaha redesigned the YZ450F engine back in 2010, it really struck a balance between power and control. The 2015 version carried top-shelf racers such as Weston, Peick and Barcia to podium finishes, so there is no denying that the largest of the YZ family is already an accomplished model. Not content to rest on its laurels, the factory introduced a number of improvements for the 2016 model year that carried over into 2017. How does one improve upon success? Let's take a look and find out. Continue reading for my review of the Yamaha YZ450F. Design. The result of all this weight juggling is a bike that turns around its center of mass with no need for pronounced body shifts fore or aft in the turns. Weight reduction and centralization of mass are the key design components on this ride. The rearward-mounted engine allows for an under-seat fuel tank, putting the fuel weight closer to center, and leaving room for the forward-mounted airbox. Even the exhaust system is placed to centralize its mass and contribute to the nimble handling. Lack of a traditional fuel tank bump gives the upper lines an almost board-straight appearance with a gentle swale in the middle similar to trials bikes, just not as pronounced. The result of all this weight juggling is a bike that turns around its center of mass with no need for pronounced body shifts fore or aft in the turns. There is a downside to the shape of the seat and tank though, no place to really hang a knee, so it may feel a little nervous in the corners at first. Not a deal breaker by any means, just something to get used to. Chassis. The rider triangle got 5 mm deeper at the foot pegs, a move that helps draw the rider's weight down and keep the overall center of gravity low. Yamaha tweaked the aluminum, bilateral beam frame a bit for the new 450F. The rider triangle got 5 mm deeper at the foot pegs, a move that helps draw the rider's weight down and keep the overall center of gravity low. Triple clamp offset increased by 3 mm reduces trail and improves the feel in the corners, and the top clamp was bulked up a bit for strength. KYB comes well represented on this ride with components on both ends of the bike. Inverted, spring-loaded forks tame the front end with compression and rebound damping adjustments. It seems that the forks are surprisingly responsive to even the smallest bumps, and you won't really miss air-charged forks at all. A coil-over monoshock supports the rear, and comes fully adjustable as well. This is one bike that likes it rough, and it handles better and better as the day wears on and ruts deepen. Brakes got a boost as well with a 270 mm front disc, up 20 mm from last year, 245 mm rear disc and special pads. The wave-cut front and rear discs help dissipate heat and act as a sort of self-cleaning mechanism, features that prevent heat fade and brake pad contamination. Drivetrain. The new IN2016 engine got a new campground specifically to expand the torque band down into the lower RPM ranges. The 449cc DOHC short-stroke engine aspirates through a 44 mm fuel-injected Kihin throttle body and 4 titanium valves. Yamaha fuel injection (YFI) and a transistor-controlled ignition manage the engine, and automatically adjust for changes in air density or temperature, and the engine comes with the GYTR power tuner function that allows you to dial in your engine map on demand. Also on demand is the Launch Control System (LCS) that allows you to limit power output at the touch of a button. It doesn't nerf the engine too much, just enough to ensure a good bite when you come out of the hole. The 2016 engine got a new campground specifically to expand the torque band down into the lower RPM ranges, and a 5-speed, constant mesh transmixer sends that torque to the rear wheel via the chain final drive. Price. MSRP for 2017 is just $100 over last year's price. You can score a YZ450F in the Team Yamaha blue and white or red and white for $8,699. Last year, Yamaha offered a 60th anniversary edition in yellow for about that price. All models come with a 30-day, limited factory warranty. Competitor. Both bikes run top-notch suspension, WP on the Husky, and KYB on the YZ, but the YZ enjoys around a half-inch greater suspension travel front and rear. There are plenty of 450s out from all over the world, so I wanted to pick a competitor that has recent race victories, podium finishes that also made improvements on a proven design for this new year. The YZ450 from Husqvarna seems a likely candidate. Price-wise, the bikes are about the same. The Husky is just a trifle proud of $9,000, while the YZ comes in roughly $500 cheaper. Not a big difference, and certainly reasonable if you must have that Husky name. Engine size is also nearly identical, with a mere 0.9 cc advantage going to the Husky. Performance numbers are still scarce on the YZ, but I imagine they will be fairly close to the Husky with its 63 ponies. One small detail that makes the YZ stand out for me is the Kickstarter. Never mind racing, when you are out and about romping through the wilderness, redundancy is safety, and the backup starter is a comfort to me. Both bikes run top-notch suspension, WP on the Husky, and KYB on the YZ, but the YZ enjoys around a half-inch greater suspension travel front and rear that may make a difference to some buyers. Ground clearance differs slightly as well, with Husky towering an inch and a half over the 13-inch clearance on the Yamaha. He said, "This is an already proven design, and I am interested to see how the recent tweaks pan out in the coming race season. Since the 2010 redesign, this has been a straight-up turn and burn bike, and the designers keep tinkering to make it better. Caveat, I reserve the right to take that back if Team Yamaha has a crap year." She said. My wife and fellow rider, Alan Hinton, says, the YZ450F is definitely a contender in the motocross arena. Even after a major overhaul in 2014, Yamaha found even more improvements to make in 2016. Aside from the improved performance and handling, I like the option of getting it in yellow. I'm not really a fan of team colors unless, of course, you actually are on a team with a group of riders and not just sporting the same colors as everyone else riding that bike. Specifications. References. See our look at the Husqvarna YZ450.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.